Hello there, kia ora. Look, on a Sunday, I like to sit down and do a piece of content on a really specific topic, but I just haven't had the chance this week because we've been doing lots of planning and prepping and basic tidying up stuff for the next couple of weeks, which is going to be kind of hectic in terms of content out there because there's a lot going on. Like Budget Day, that's fast approaching on the 30th of May. We will get to sit down and see what priorities the government is actually willing to put on paper and just how much they're willing to take away from other places to achieve whatever their priorities are. In that week, Blake and I are going to sit down and actually run a series of interviews that will play at 8:30 each night on mine and his YouTube channel. We will talk to people who are in the know, who have been behind the scenes or understand how this process works, like Gareth Hughes, the former Green Party MP, or Neil Jones, Dame Jacinda Ardern's former Chief of Staff. On the Friday, we'll even sit down with Clint Smith, the numbers man himself, and get a bit of a rundown as to what the budget actually says and what it's promoting as being said. It'll be a fascinating week, and there's a whole bunch of other people coming along as well, so make sure you tie that in if you don't already. Follow either me or Blake Forbes on YouTube to get updates for that. Speaking of Blake's YouTube, the BFG podcast, we did a big tidy up of that yesterday. So make sure you go give that a check out. There's a number of really fascinating interviews in there which I didn't even realize. Like Susie Cato. Oh my God. Okay, this is going to make you laugh. This is me and Susie Cato when I was 11 or 12. Very young. Oh. Anyway, that's the last time that photo will ever see the light of day. Other things that we've got coming up, though, include newsletters this week because, well, you might remember the protest I went to on Friday. On Sunday morning, somebody leaked to me a number of documents from this particular organization. They include a whole bunch of really weird rabbit hole bullshit, like how they can get out of any treason claims that are thrown at them, how much 5G is going to make your internal organs melt, why, for some reason, Wuhan was involved with the rollout of 5G. I don't know, how you can waste court time so much that they eventually throw out your cases, how you can defraud your bank to get out of paying back your mortgage, how you can go about and issue warnings and notifications to High Court judges, and why they want to threaten one particular council staff member with over 100 people standing over her, telling her what she should do to control her job. There's some really unhinged stuff in there. So I'm going to be going through that over the next couple of days. And at the same time, my mate Art, who's a historian and political science expert who joined me on Friday, is going to be giving his perspective of what he saw and what happened at that particular event. Then on top of that, there's all sorts of other stuff happening as well, like the fact, Te Huia, the train between Hamilton and Auckland, got its funding despite a whole bunch of people saying, no, we don't think that's a good idea, even though the subsidy for the funding for the train ride for the year was less than the subsidy that you get for driving on a road. Like, it's really weird stuff. Or the fact that at least one council has already turned around and told the government to go fuck themselves when it comes to Māori electorates and Māori wards. They're not going to hold referendums and they're going to keep them in place. They're going to try and make that happen. And there's another councillor in another part of the country who's getting all upset because she's not allowed to talk about cycle lanes. Because councillors are supposed to be, impartial before they make decisions. It's probably never the case, but they're supposed to look impartial. But she made a submission to their annual plan about cycle lanes being bad, and now she's getting all upset that she's not allowed to actually sit in on the submissions after clearly having made up her mind. And this has upset organisations like the Free Speech Union, because that's where her husband works. There's a ton of stuff in terms of content that we can look at over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be really busy, which is why today was the day to settle down and just do a little bit of tidying up and promotion stuff that we need to organize and plan a whole bunch for the next couple of weeks. So please settle in, relax, go and watch things on YouTube, go and check out the newsletters if you haven't done so already, subscribe to all of them so that you're kept in the know when we get this information out over the next couple of weeks. Until then, hope your Monday is going much, much better than my Sunday.